Mm-hmm.
But okay, I'm recording now. It's official. So I'm going to toss it back over to you, Meg, because I think you have section 1 of our agenda, and we'll go
That
from
we do. That I do, I mean. Okay, so tonight I'm going to be talking about the importance of setting your intentions. And I mean, this can apply for the new year, but I think it should apply for like every day in this business and every day in your life. And Linz is going to talk about the importance of implementing or taking action once your intentions are in place. So I just want to get right in by saying that it's so important to have a roadmap of sorts to work from. You can't just have ideas for what you hope to accomplish in this business and expect to necessarily achieve what you hope to accomplish. Because as with anything in life, you need a plan. We can't just wing it and hope for the best. So the first step in setting your intentions is to think about your vision for what you hope to accomplish short term and in the long term, And this may seem, a little overwhelming, but what you plan to do in the short term is going to compound and lay that foundation for success, for that vision that you have in the long term. So I thought I would share with you an example of one of my intentions for 2016. So I really want to reach more people in this business through means other than Facebook in 2016. I recently got to a point in my business where a light bulb went off in a conversation with my success partner, and I realized that my business doesn't have to rely solely on my use of Facebook. I don't want my office to be Facebook every day. I want to start using other platforms like MailChimp to build my email list. I want to start using lead pages. I want to start creating recipe ebooks or fitness related ebooks and infographics that offer people value outside of what I share and do on Facebook and other social media platforms. And I feel like doing this will allow me to explore my creative side, which is a really strong part of who I am. I feel like it will allow me to bring more of my heart and my passions and my brand into my business. So simply put, my intention is to reach more people and build my email list and my list of prospects, my network, by using these new platforms that I'm not yet too familiar with. So next, you need to decide which is going to be less overwhelming for you, setting 30-day goals or 90-day goals. And this is going to look a little different for everyone depending on what your intentions are and when you hope to achieve your specific goals by. And that intention that I set for myself has multiple steps. So I may choose to attack certain components of that intention over the course of a few months to ensure that the quality and the value are there, that I'm not just rushing through it, but I'm being intentional as I work towards achieving my goals. Because like I said, I don't know a whole lot about those systems yet. I need to educate myself first, and that takes time. You don't want to just put your intention out there and jump in with 2 feet and think that it's going to be, off your to-do list in the blink of an eye. It's not. It's going to take time and it's going to take heart. So, I won't get into the implementation part of my intention because Linz is going to talk more about that. But I do want to say this again. You can't just have ideas. Ideas are great, yes, but when I say set your intentions, I mean write them down. And I don't mean type them up, I mean write them down. Chalene Johnson says this all the time. There is something that happens in the brain when you take a pen to paper and you write down your intentions more than once. So have them in a notebook or a binder that you use every day, and have them, where you can see them at the start of your day too. If you have a little office space, I know I have my own little office set up, where, you work every day. If you have your own little office space, write out your intentions and tape them to the wall, just smack dab in front of you, so that you're reminded, this is what I'm working on today. This is what I'm working on this week, this month. This is what I'm working on over the course of the next 3 months. This is where I want to be a year from now. It's a lot of writing, but when you put your intentions out there, that's powerful stuff. I'll get into that in a minute. So at the start of every week, you should really try to figure out what your focus is going to be outside of doing your daily vital behaviors and keeping track of those daily vital behaviors, because that's always going to be your focus every day. You need to be doing your daily vitals. We know this. If you're working towards achieving diamond rank before the end of the year, for example, take a look at what you need to do to achieve that, and figure out, what measurable goals you can set for yourself at the start of each week to ensure that you hit your goal by January 1st. If you need 2 more discount coaches and 1 more Emerald coach, are you putting your intention out there? I will sign up at least 1 discount coach this week. I will give my active coaches 3 different tips in the team page this week on how to achieve Emerald this week. I will share 2 benefits of becoming an Emerald coach with my downline this week. I'll help my downline with their invites this week. What specific things do you need to do to follow through on that intention? If your intention is to be more consistent in your business activities at the start of the week, have you, made a plan to create your own business activity tracker to track your progress and your consistency with your vitals? For example, that was one of my intentions recently, because I was not being consistent. I was being very inconsistent. So I have this, and I can share the link with Linz. This is my business activity tracker. And ever since I started using it, I've had so much more success, guys. Like literally, I was at Success Club 0 on November 20th. And on November 30th, I was at Success Club 14, just because I started tracking what I was doing. If you are not doing your daily vital behaviors, and you're not, visually seeing, this is what I'm doing, these are the gaps in what I'm not doing, it's going to be so hard for you to move in this business, to have success in this business. It's so important to be tracking your progress towards your goals, towards your intentions. So I can share that lens with you after. So intention is so much more than saying, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do. Intention is also a way to be in your business and in your life. So when you do daily tasks, whatever they may be, business related or not, with intention, you really truly do begin to bring your vision and your goals to fruition. When you do daily tasks just to get them done, to cross them off your list and to put them out of sight, you're not being intentional. You're just doing those you're not doing those tasks with heart. And I guess, my main message to you tonight is, if there's one thing I've learned about this business and just about life in general, it's that if you want something, I'm going to sound like Autumn for a minute, you can't just wish for it. You do have to work for it. But more importantly, you have to work from your heart to make it worthwhile, and in order for it to be effective. So that's what I have for you on intention tonight, on setting your intention. And I'll kick it over to Linz, who's going to talk to you a little bit more about the follow through. You have your intentions. Now what do you do? It's all you, Mama.
Thank you, Meg. That was awesome. And I sort of just want to start this off with a question that I want you all to really reflect on. It's something to think about. Is the work you're doing right now on this business, does it equal the success that you want out of it? And I'll ask you again, the work you're doing, does it equal the success that you want out of it? Because to Meg's point, I think a lot of us have these big dreams, these big whys, these big wants and desires. We have the belief in the business, but sometimes we aren't doing the consistent behaviors that will get us there. So it's something to really think about. Like, it's great to want it, it's great to believe in it, but you also have to do it. You have to be consistent and do it every single day. So, remember too, Meg, I'll toot her horn. She is ready to branch out from Facebook. She's moving on to the next channel because she's been killing it on Facebook. This girl is a Success Club All-Star, which means she has hit, it's Success Club 10 All-Star, right, Meg? 5? Either way. Success Club 5 All-Star. That means for an entire year, this girl has hit Success Club. Like, that's amazing. So she has done her due diligence. She has acted day in and day out. And now she's excited to branch out into other channels. So that said, doing is super important. I'm a big intention setter. I actually call myself the queen of aha moments because I get super excited about all the possibilities in this business that sometimes I get overwhelmed because I want to do them all. But that's not going to get us to where we need to be. We need to break it down and figure out what we can do in the time that we have. I'm looking at all of you right now, and some of us are able to do this full time. Some of us are stay-at-home moms. Some of us have full-time jobs, and we're doing Beachbody part-time. So we have to be realistic too when we're setting our goals and realizing that we only have a certain amount of hours per day. And I'm sorry, and I tell my team this all the time, having only X amount of time is not an excuse. I'm a firm believer, that is an excuse. You do only have a certain amount of hours a day. So instead of focusing on that, let's figure out how we can leverage that time we do have the best. So I'm going to break this down into 2 things that I'm hoping you'll take away from this and that you'll actually do. These are 2 action items that I really think if you follow through are going to help your business. The first thing, I want you to think about if you could only do one thing in this business, one action that would move your business forward, what would that be? And it can be different for any of us. It's based on our experience so far as a Beachbody coach. Is it, making videos and posting them on your page? Is it talking on the phone with people about challenge packs and the business and the coaching opportunity and what you're doing? Is it posting challenge group invites? This is a question for you. What have you had the most success with doing in this business? And then once you figure what that is out, I want you to set a certain amount of hours that you're going to just do that per week. Because there are a ton of shiny objects that we could do. Trust me, I love posting on Instagram and getting fancy with my filters and doing all of those sorts of things. But for me, the thing that moves my business forward is talking to people, chatting with them on Messenger, reaching out to new people who liked my page or liked a picture, things like that. That's the action item for me that when I do that, I know for a fact I'm going to get a new challenger or I'm going to get a new coach. Inviting for me is that. So really determine what that is and then set the hours to actually spend doing that action. So, based on your own schedule on a Sunday, think about it. What's your schedule for that week? Put it in your phone, just like you'd schedule anything else, just like you'd schedule a doctor's appointment. So when that alert goes off at, 8:30 at night, okay, time for inviting, then you're going to do it. You're going to sit down, you're going to do it. And to avoid distraction during that time, I use Newsfeed Eradicator. I don't know if you guys have heard of this plugin for Chrome, but it is amazing, and it's made my productivity level skyrocket. And I'll show you real quick. I'm going to screen share what it looks like when you have this plugin in your Chrome browser. I'm going to share my screen here. Do you guys see that? So that's all you get. You're not getting people's feeds come up at all. You get a cute little quote and it takes away. So now I can focus on my Messenger, I can chat with people, and like I said, it's made my productivity go way, way up. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about, because this has been a challenge for me, and usually the things I talk about are the things that I'm overcoming myself. So I hope that, these tips can help you along the way as well. I am a podcast queen. And while I'm listening to these podcasts, specifically Chalene Johnson or Amy Porterfield, I'm like, ooh, I want to do that for my business. Ooh, I want to do that for my business. And then I literally, guys, I never do a damn thing. I don't do any of it. I'll write it down. I'll say, oh, in a couple of months, like, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds great. We can't do that anymore. Like, we need to schedule time, just like that was the Facebook Orange blog post. What was that? Oh, I'll write it in the chat for everybody. It's called Newsfeed Eradicator. So what we need to do, just as we're scheduling that time during the week to do that thing, that move that we know will move our business forward, we also have to schedule time to implement these things that we want to do to improve our business. So for example, my big thing that I want to do is revamp my website. Like, this has to happen. I have a blog right now, but one of my big things in 2016, I need my website because I want to grow my email list and capture emails and just do lead pages. Like Meg said, it sounds like we have very similar goals in that way. And I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I never do it. Why? Because it's not an easy thing for me to do. I don't just know about websites. So it's going to take some time to be resourceful and to research how to do it. So what I'm going to be doing now is scheduling time during my week, like 2 nights a week. I'm going to schedule time specifically to work on my website. It's going to be an alarm in my phone, just like I said before, and it's going to be implementation time. So by doing that, now I can actually implement some of these cool things that I'm hearing on the podcast, and then I can move on to the next podcast. Like, I think by constantly filling our minds with personal development, as great as it is, it can be overwhelming, you guys. Like, because again, we want to do it all, but we can't. And I think by wanting to do it all and listening to all of these things, we're kind of overcomplicating this business. It really does. It breaks down to 2 things. Just like I said, do that thing that you know that you've had success with before. Do that thing that you know is going to move your business forward. And then as far as things beyond that, take it one step at a time. Be resourceful. If you're excited about learning how to do video, then maybe that's the thing that you schedule time for that week. There's all sorts of, YouTube and probably Beachbody specific videos out there about video for your like page and things like that. So like, the opportunities are endless, but you just need to break it down. So if you start with what Meg said, and you set these intentions and you set a timeline for it, but not just that, if you then go ahead and you turn your aha moments into effort moments and action moments and do it, that's when your business is going to skyrocket, because then you're moving forward and you're doing things. You're not just saying, you're also doing. Meg, did you have anything to add about doing implementation?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I was going to say what you mentioned about like listening to all these podcasts and like saying, yeah, I'm going to do that. It totally resonated with me because, every podcast, every entrepreneurial podcast that you listen to, it talks about growing your email list. That's the first thing you need to do as an entrepreneur. And if you listen to podcasts, you know this. And I'm like, yeah. Okay. Just trying to hit Success Club this month. And I haven't done that. And I'm getting to a point where I'm realizing, you know what? Yes, I'm a Beachbody coach, but I sort of, not that I want to separate myself from Beachbody, but like, I'm an entrepreneur too. Like, I want to create my own brand. And I guess, I don't know, maybe I've sort of struggled with that. And I just feel like using these outside tools, these business tools that are unrelated to Beachbody, but can work for us as coaches in Beachbody, I feel like that's what is going to propel me and can easily propel other people in this business, is thinking outside of the box. Like everything good happens outside of the box. I don't want Facebook to be my office. I don't think that that's how successful coaches run their businesses. And I think, you know, in studying some of the other coaches in this business who are more successful, who have real success in this business, they're not using Facebook as their office. Yeah, you know, they're consistent with sharing on social media, but they're using other outside tools to grow their network. They're not just adding people on Facebook as friends and starting new conversations with them. They're, you know, offering people a freemium or a freebie or some kind of nugget of goodness and value that's going to draw people into what you're doing. You're offering them more than just a challenge pack. You're offering them, you know, 10 tips on how to stay focused and on track during the holidays and find balance. You're offering them an ebook on, like, I don't know, 20 of your favorite gluten-free recipes, like something that says, that's cool. Like, I want that. Sure. I'll opt in and get your ebook and I'll join your 5-day free group. Like,
yeah. And the cool thing there, Meg, is that, like, to your point, then you're not, you know, it's also screams you. Like, this is how we create our brands. And that's where it can be fun for us because, you know, I had a call with my team recently about, you know, what's your gift? What is that unique gift that you were born with that you can share with people? And that's why being a Beachbody coach is so exciting, is because our brand is us and we can take it in whatever direction we want. Mm-hmm. So it's finding that balance between, okay, we do need to hit Success Club because we are Beachbody coaches and this is our business, but at the same time to grow it and to be the off the charts amazing Beachbody coach and to be creative and be ourselves, we also need to schedule in that time for that fun stuff, for that stuff that's going to make us like excited and creating those premiums, creating our website, branching off into different social media branches,
yeah.
Different channels. So I think that instead of getting overwhelmed and wanting to do everything, if we schedule time for those two things during the week, I think it's what's going to give us the best balance. And that's what's going to help us get to our goals and achieve what we're intending, our intentions.
I agree. And I think that, you know, whatever that thing is, that niche that you have, that passion that you have, I mentioned that, like, I have, you know, this creative side to me. I have my art degree. Like, I love creating things and I love writing. Like, that's the stuff that makes my heart do a dance and my soul sing, you know? And I feel like I do focus a lot on, like, writing with my content and my Facebook posts, but, like, I can, you know, integrate my skills in writing and creativity in other ways too that are going to be more successful. And I just feel like if I focus more on that this is going to be more exciting for me. Not that this business isn't exciting for me, but let's be real, guys, like sitting down every single day, hammering out those invites, doing the personal development, starting the new conversations, it gets very redundant. And unless you're doing something else that like makes your heart sing and your soul do a dance, you're going to lose momentum. You need to find your niche. You need to find your brand, whatever it is. What do you love? What makes you happy? Does helping people make you happy? What other talents and skills do you bring to the table that can help you help other people? You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the beginning of November, I just like literally hit a wall, just like face planted in a wall. And I was like, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Why is this so hard for me? And I mean, just so you know, guys, like this time of year is hard, but the seeds that you're planting this time of year, you will reap the benefits of all the seeds that you're planting right now as soon as 2016 rolls around. If November has been hard for you, I mean, the whole summer was hard for me. Like everything until now has been hard. And I've been doing this business for a year now. It's just a hard time of year. But as long as you're consistent, you're setting your intentions, more importantly, you're taking action on those intentions, because you can say, oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds great. You can have it written out in front of you and put down on paper, but unless you're doing it, what do you got? So, just like stay the course, put your intentions out there. I'm a huge believer in manifesting whatever it is that you want in your life.
And I was actually just listening, we were said the word manifesting, and I was just listening to a call that Bonnie Engel did. Bonnie Engel is a top Beachbody coach, and she has only been in this business for a couple years, and it's ridiculous. She's a top coach. Like, she knows this business in and out, and she's done an incredible job. And she said that her first year in the business, her coach, Lindsay Matway, said, oh my gosh, Q4, that's the best time to be in this business, because while everyone else and lots of other Beachbody coaches are off like preparing for the new year, or, you know, maybe slowing down their pace a little bit, enjoying the holiday, she's like, you can get down and dirty, like the opportunities galore. And just by hearing her even relate to that story, so she had her best Success Club month in December, her first year, and that skyrocketed her into the new year. So I would just challenge everybody to just shift the way you're thinking, and I think your work will follow. I think your momentum will follow. You know, where your mind goes, where your thoughts go, your energy flows. And I'm such a true believer in that. So if you believe that this can be your best month yet, it's only December 8th, you guys. Like Bonnie Engel was saying, she shoots for Success Club by December 15th so that she doesn't have to scramble at the end of the month. Why not try for that? We have hammer and chisel. Like, you know, we're all getting geared up. People are buying Christmas gifts. Like, in my mind, I'm like, let's make this an amazing month. Like, let's not wait to the new year, because that's going to put us even that much more ahead come January and everyone's making resolutions. So really focus a lot on your thoughts and your intentions, and then take action after it. You know, drop the fear, drop the doubt, and just go for it. Do the daily actions, and then also make sure you're planning in something into your work week that you're excited about, that you're passionate about. And I think that's going to give us the balance that we need.
Absolutely. Passion and purpose, baby.
Passion and purpose.
Does anybody have any questions or anything that they'd like to add?
Anybody?
No, I like what she brought up about the whole thing with just, you know, putting up recipes, something like that. It's like, I'm new to this. I'm still trying to find out certain things to put on my page. And I mean, even simple things like Pinterest. I have a lot of people saying to me, you know, you have some crazy like recipes that you put on, that you pin on Pinterest. And it's like, so they follow me on there. So I'm just like, after she got done saying that, I'm like, this is genius. I'm like, I can just take it from Pinterest, put it on my Facebook just to start out, because I mean, I'm so new to this. I just started like last Wednesday, like a week ago. So, I mean, just something simple like that, because where it's like, I'm still really fresh, like just adding recipes, I feel like can get a group of people just looking at it and being excited about something new.
And everybody loves food.
Everybody,
yeah, I know. That's what.
Raise your hand if you don't love food. You're out.
Exactly.
Everybody loves food, and you know, to that point, stuff like, you know how everyone does like, you know, Motivation Monday, Tasty Tuesday. Like, you can make themes on your page for every day of the week to help kind of spark some ideas for what you can post that day. And that goes right along with, you know, implementation. It's like, set an intention, make out your schedule, and then you kind of have a better idea of you know, the framework for what you can post on your page every day. So.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And thank you, Meg, for asking me to do this call with you. It was fabulous. Super bye.
I always love group calls.
I do too.
The energy is just, it's there.
Thank you, gals. That was awesome.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Jude, and everybody for coming on. It was so great to see everybody's face tonight.
And I'll share the recording. And get Newsfeed Eradicator for reals.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, let me stop this thing. Okay.